So I'm back with you guys with more on the Equiso update on what some things that I've experienced and done so far. As you can see, I've installed Netflix, I got ES File Explorer, Advanced Task Killer, an app installer, an MX player. I also do have a working version of, I don't know why it doesn't go on the main screen, but I do have XBMC. And let me tell you something about XBMC. One of the main reasons that I wanted the Equiso product itself is because I do a lot of streaming from my local computer. As you notice, this is this screen, and it happens quite a bit. I'm not exactly sure why, but I always click wait and it will eventually come up. I'm not really sure what's causing that problem. Hopefully some firmware updates in the future will fix that or something like that. But XBMC is an Android port that it's ported over to Android, so it's not in completely stable condition yet, and it's very strange. I was really excited to get XBMC on here, but I'm not sure it's going to be my solution right now because, unfortunately, it's weird because I originally couldn't get my SMB sharing to work properly. When I went to add videos and I browsed like this, the SMB, you have to scroll down over here. This option did not exist for some reason until I rebooted the device. I don't know why, but it does exist now, which is good. But I've set up my download folder, and unfortunately, for example, I don't want to play something too much because I'm not looking to do copyright, but I want to show some playback quality. And this is actually one of the most choppy video players that I've been able to do so far. I'm not really sure why. As you can hear, it's really scratchy. It's really choppy video playback quality, and I don't quite understand why, because this is a great program, but it could be because it's in the developmental. Sorry, I just shook the camera for a minute. It could be because it's in the developmental stages of everything, so that might have nothing to do with the Equiso product itself. But I will show you another way for those of you who are curious on streaming. And what I've done is I found about this, which is called ES File Explorer, and it actually allows you to look through the network, and it's a little clunky to use, but it does work. Click up here on local and I go to my LAN. For some reason it just shows IP addresses. It doesn't show names of systems, but I know the address I want to go to is over here. It takes a little bit to load these things up, but when it actually does load them, and let's see if I can play the same file. See, unfortunately, I can't see them well. Let me list them. I think it was this one that I was just trying to play. So let's take a look at this file really quick, and I can choose because I put MX player or video player. This is the standard one that came with it. It actually works quite well. I was just testing out some other players. And we'll see, it does take a minute to load up, but when it loads up, it's actually quite smooth. I'm quite impressed with it. It's just not the greatest system. See, look at that smooth playback and everything, which is very nice. It just happened to lock up for just a second. I mean, it does happen every so often. It gets a little, that was me hitting the button. I'm trying to, oh yeah, I forgot in this one, you gotta actually scroll. If I can grab this thing. Wait for it. This does happen, like I said, every so often. So now let's wait a second for it to actually catch up because of what I'm doing. But there we go. It's back to decent quality, good sound. It's not perfect quality, but it does work quite well, which is nice. So this is a File Explorer option to stream over your network. I'd like to find something a little more legitimate. Now let me show you a problem with YouTube that I found out. I haven't actually played any YouTube videos off of here. I was just going to try to log into my YouTube account, but for some reason, I've tried this multiple times, and this is the problem I come to. If I go into the account and try to log in with my account, it automatically just says, unfortunately, Android system has stopped working, or has stopped. It does that every single time when I try to log in, so I'm not sure if that's a YouTube app update, if that's an Equiso problem, but either way, let's see how, I don't know what any of these are. Whoa. Why Obama now? What would be a good video just to pop up here? Or just choose, oh no, that's a recording, never mind. Mine Z-Stream. Check out the awkward elevator. if it'll load. I'm curious how YouTube playback is. This is a test for you as well as myself. Can I? Oh, it actually seems to be quite smooth. Can I make it bigger? Can I like... Oh, there we go. Make it big. I have no idea what this video is. But yeah, this is actually very smooth. I'm not sure if this is a really low quality video or what, but this is a very smooth playback of something. So I'm going to try to go back here. And let's check out now some Netflix. This I was having problems with before. It was quite choppy. I know you can see my reflection in the screen here. Again, let's wait for it, because it is loading. I am not experiencing the problems that a lot of people are talking about with rebooting the system all the time. I'll explain something while this is loading up. This is where my Equiso is plugged in at. I actually unplugged it just physically the other day because I don't know how to turn it off. I grabbed it, I unplugged it, figured it would be off. I didn't think about the fact that it's still connected to power right here. So it was actually running all night. I plugged it right back in and it was right where I left it off. And still without any major problems. Let's turn on, like I said, just real quick, just to see playback quality. I'm going to hit play on the Lee here. Not doing this to try to do any copyright infringement, just showing quality playback of these particular shows. It does take a little bit to respond here. I hit the button multiple times. Oh, I think it was updating something. Here we go. See, it's telling me where I left off in watching this before. And let's see this quality. I apologize, my floor is creaking as I'm moving back and forth. That's that sound that you're hearing. I don't know if you can see this, but the quality is pretty bad right now. I was told if I let this thing keep running, it'll actually get much better quality. So I don't know. I haven't done that yet. To show you my setup, over here, that's my router and my cable box. I haven't moved out because I was rearranging some cords, but they are literally right here compared to my TV. So my wireless connection, I'm very close to my wireless connection. And look, it just stopped for buffering. So hopefully this is something. Oh, the quality is getting better actually quite quickly. Oh, it's a little off on the voices though, but that's what you get. Now, one thing I am curious about is this remote itself. This remote has this power button up here, and the power button was supposed to be for the ability to turn on and off your TV. Now, without instructions, I have no idea how I'm supposed to code this to my power button on my TV. If anybody has any idea, I haven't messed around with it too much, but I don't know where to start. There's no instructions, there's no way to say program. I don't know if I have to point my remote at this, holding a special key somewhere on this remote to program this in, because otherwise this power button does nothing. Because it's meant to be an IR for TV control, so I'm really not sure what that's supposed to do. But thus far, some more experimentation with the Equiso. Like, I'm not completely disappointed with it. I'm not completely happy with it either, but we'll see. Hopefully as updates come out, things will go better. If anybody has any more suggestions or anything like that they want to see, or they want me to experiment with, I would be more than happy to give it a shot. I know in the settings menu I was very confused because somebody had originally told me to change my settings to 1080p. That option doesn't truly exist. It's more display options and output settings. I can change my resolution, and it's kind of funny. I actually changed my resolution to, I'm getting 1280 by 720, so I'm happy with that. I should be up here at 1920 by 1080, but I went to auto detect. See, I'm afraid I just, oh wow. Oh no, see, it for some reason, oh no, it did. It went back to those settings. I had changed this originally to auto detect, and for some reason it automatically goes back to what that was. So I'm curious now If you guys want to stick around for a little bit longer, you don't have to. That's great. That can't be played. I don't know what you're trying to play. That's weird. But this is also why I installed Advanced Task Killer, because I need to sometimes turn off these tasks. They seem to get confused. But that's also typical on my phone, so I can't really argue that against the Equiso. Oops. I'm on my local. I'm going to go back to my LAN. Go right on back into that same file that we were trying to play and see if... And see, this also goes back to, it reverts back to the same views, which is kind of annoying. I haven't messed with the settings of it to see if that can be changed, though. But let's see if I just go back to the straight up video player. MX player is decent too, but I haven't messed with it too much. And I know that the video player that came installed works just fine, so I'm not unpleased with that. I'm just curious now that I've changed my resolution if this is... No, I can't really say that this is playing at any different resolution or anything like that. Oops, I forgot yet again. I gotta grab this. Moving on over. Give it a second to catch up. Yeah, it's about the same. So anyways, guys, this is my third video in this series, and there may be more to come, may not. Let me know your experiences, and if you'd like to see anything else. Thanks again.